All right, criticism, nagging, and whining, why it doesn't work, and what you can do instead. With me is Alyssa Goodwin-Snell, and many women try to change the men in their lives by doing these kind of tactics, but Utah's dating coach is here to help us out and find out what we can do instead of those things that don't work.
Well, right? Men are driven to succeed, and they do want to make us happy, but they want a reasonable challenge, and if we're in the habit of criticizing, nagging, whining, and complaining, they can really get in a habit of believing that they can't make us happy. And so coaching them in what we like, what we want, don't expect a man to just read our minds. Men have always complained about that. They've never liked it when a woman expected him to read her mind, you know. Yeah. So just tell him what you want right up front. And a lot of women don't know what they want, so you got to figure out what you want. A couple of things that are really helpful: the 5 love languages. I'm sure you guys have talked about that on the show.
Last week we did.
Touch, words, acts of service, gifts, time together. So start there. Pick one of those that you think is your number one, and then start asking for it, but expect him to fail the first 5 to 7 times. Okay. And don't criticize, don't nag, don't whine, don't complain.
Okay, so you have some suggestions. You say use the 7 to 11 rule. What is the 7 to 11 rule?
The 7 to 11 rule is basically the reality that it takes repetition for anyone to learn a new concept or principle. Okay. So assume that your guy is a good man, he likes to please you, he wants to succeed at making you happy, and unfortunately guys do take it personal. When they think you're not happy, they think they're failing. And so, you know, assume the best in him, trust his good nature, and then give him a reasonable challenge. So the first step is, well, first realize that he's going to need to hear it 5 to 7 times, and that doesn't make him a jerk, and that doesn't make him uninterested in your happiness, and that doesn't mean that he doesn't think you're worth it.
He doesn't love you.
He doesn't love you. How many times do we have to hear a telephone number before it logs into long-term memory?
So what is the 7 to 11?
A jerk won't do it even by the 11th time. So this is a way of filtering out the good guys from the jerks. So if you really think, my husband doesn't love me, he doesn't care about my needs, he won't give it to me even if I ask, if you really think that, put it to the test, because a good guy will do it by the 7th time, and he'll do it happily and willingly, and he won't hold it over your head, and he won't expect anything in return, and a jerk won't. So he'll either never give it to you even by the 11th time, or it'll come with all these conditions and resentment.
Okay,
and
so
that's
the warning sign.
That's the warning.
Okay.
But don't give up on your good guy until you've done it 11 times. So it's kind of a loving, merciful, I talk about in my dating coach program, having a male-friendly psychology. And so we really need to kind of change the way we think and understand the number one need of a man is to feel that we have faith and trust in him and his competence. And he is highly motivated when we have faith and trust in him. So the first few times that you let him know what you want, you say to him, I did this with my husband when we were first married, and the first thing I said was, I love to get flowers, any kind of flowers, you know, the ones that are at grocery store, Walmart, you know, I don't need to get roses, any kind of flowers, I love to get flowers. And he looked up and he went, oh, okay. No flowers. You know, I gave him a couple weeks to see if he would get it. He didn't. I said it again, but I didn't remind him, you know, when we talked the other day, I was so hurt that you didn't get me flowers, and maybe you just don't care. And I didn't do any of that. 3 weeks later, I mentioned it again. I love to get flowers. Would you get me, you know, just any kind of flowers? I love to get flowers. It would mean a lot to me. Would you get me some sometime? He looked up the second time and gave me that look like, oh, okay.
Flowers.
No flowers. 3 weeks later, nothing.
How many times did it take?
It took 5.
Okay.
It took 5 times. So somewhere between the 5th and 7th time is when it kicks in. So around the 5th time is when I kind of kicked my efforts up a little bit. You can express confusion, hurt, sadness.
So we have those in bullet points, so let's make sure we go through them. Repetition increases learning. You just gave that example. Repetition increases learning. And then next you say expressing anxiety, frustration, and anger decreases
the learning
so
curve.
They won't do what you want.
That's well, and because they're getting anxious about the message you're sending, so they're not hearing the message. Whereas when you do it in a loving way, and you're continuing to be loving, after the 3rd time, their efforts to please you dramatically increase because you didn't make them feel like a jerk because they didn't get it right.
Or we know you don't love me.
I know.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Or the crying. That feels like punishment for a guy.
Right. Please don't cry.
Exactly. What do I have to do?
And then you said, next you say lovingly express your needs 3 to 5 times.
Yes.
Okay.
And then around the 5th time you can express that sadness, confusion, hurt.
So next express. So sadness, confusion, and hurt instead of the anger,
Right,
resentment.
exactly.
Okay.
But then be brief and to the point. Don't rub his nose in it. Just say, I'm confused. I know I've mentioned this to you before,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it means that you haven't got me flowers, but it makes me sad.
Okay. And that's not shaming.
No, and especially when I do it with a little touch.
Yeah.
And I know you love me, and I know you want to please me, and so I don't know how to...
Where are my flowers? Where are they? No. Okay. And then next, you say a good man will do it by the 7th time. And finally, a manipulative or abusive man won't do it.
Or he'll hold it over your head. And so really have faith and trust. There are more good men in the world than there are jerks.
Yeah.
And there's a better chance you married a good one. And sometimes we interact with guys where we treat them as if we don't have that faith and trust in them. So when you actually touch them on the arm and you say, I know you love me. I know you want to please me. I know you're not doing this on purpose. It would really mean a lot to me, though. I love to get flowers. Would you do it?
Yeah.
So continue to be persistent. The other part of that, too, is it shows how much faith and confidence you have in your own feelings, rights, and needs when you keep expressing those feelings, rights, and needs. And confidence matters whether you're single or you're married. So
having that confidence.
And expressing what you know you want. You're going to get more when you ask for what you want.
In inappropriate ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Criticism, nagging, and whining never work.
You said one phrase that I use all the time, and I've tried to teach my children too, is it would mean a lot to me if. It's not saying you're bad, but this is important to me. So, all right, next segment, we're going to talk about what to do instead of moping and giving the silent treatment. So we'll help men know how to connect with women.
Next time on Better, breast cancer information that could save your life, and meet one of Cosmo's Bachelors of the Year. Better is all about you. Helpful tips and great advice to make your life better.
Weekdays on K-Jazz.
The Play and Win Sweepstakes. Over $300,000 in great prizes. Win a new car. Plus the chance to win a prize every hour. Watch Better weekdays. We'll tell you how to enter for your chance to win.
If you've been charged with a crime, you need help. Call attorney Keith Barton.
If you have a hearing scheduled, you can have an experienced, aggressive attorney at your side. Call 801-IT'S-EASY and we'll come to you.
Call me right now. Getting serious help is just that easy.
Vista is experience. Experience is what employers want and need. How do you get it? Vista College. Vista College offers the training to prepare you for today's job market. Practical, real-world based programs designed for people like you who want to succeed. Vista is experience.
Vista is me. Vista is me.
Vista is me.
Create your new Vista today. Now in Clearfield. Call 801-774-9900.
Kids are hungry after school. That's why I always have Totino's pizza rolls. Big pizza taste in a bite-sized roll. Kids can't resist their delicious pizza flavor. Totino's pizza rolls, the pizza way to snack.
This is a strawberry Pop-Tart, and this is the warm, fresh-baked taste of a strawberry toaster strudel. See the difference? Pillsbury toaster strudel, the one kids want to eat.
It's back! Our most popular deal of the year. Wingers all-you-can-eat world-famous wings or sticky fingers, starting at just $9.99.
I'm winging it. Oh, oh, oh. Winging it.
Welcome back to the home team. You know, many men try to change the women in their lives by brooding or moping or giving the silent treatment. Utah's dating coach is with me, Elisa Goodwin-Snell, and she's here to teach why these tactics don't work and what you men can do instead. Okay.
Such a huge turn off, isn't it? The whole silent treatment makes women so mad, and it undermines their sense of safety and security in the relationship. And then the brooding, especially if...
I'm fine.
Yeah, well, if he didn't get what he wanted, or if it was some kind of a sexual rejection and he broods, she is so much less interested in being intimate with him after that.
That is such a theme in my practice with couples.
It's
like
such a turn off.
I try to explain to the husband, if you brood like that, that is so unattractive, and it'll be less likely that you'll your needs met.
Really, for somebody to say yes, they need to feel like they can say no sometimes.
Right.
And obviously in a relationship where someone's saying no all the time, what kind of a relationship is that? But just sometimes 10, 15, 20% of the time, if I can say no and you handle it well, you're more attractive to me psychologically.
Yeah. Brilliant. Isn't she good? We're so lucky to have you. Okay, so the first suggestion for men is to show strength and confidence.
Strength and confidence is a must. When women are turned off by the too nice guy, you know, part of it, we don't trust the too nice guy. We don't know what's really going on. For some reason, when a guy can say no to us, even 10 and 15% of the time, we trust him a ton more. And so that's one of the solutions that I often give guys in my dating coach program is make sure that you are expressing your own feelings, rights, and needs, and that you say no when it really needs to be about you and your needs. And that makes a big difference in whether or not a woman is attracted, and it makes him look more confident, and it matters in marriage as well. And so confidence absolutely matters.
Okay. And the next is communicate directly about your feelings and needs. Do you hear that, Ben? Communicate directly. Okay.
Don't leave us to guess. Well, because again, it makes us look confident. You know, it makes the person look confident. It makes it clear how to please the person, and it's much more attractive. Women are pretty good about expressing their feelings and needs, and so if we have to figure it out and you're not telling us, we might just think you're okay, and we'll think about ourselves.
Yeah. I think that happens quite a bit. Right. And next you suggest say no sometimes. You mentioned that before, but it's important to say no sometimes, not all the time, right?
Because you're much more likely to be positive about the relationship. Guys who don't express no in their own opinions become passive-aggressive, and that ticks women off and really makes us angry, and it can also be toxic to our sense of our own self-worth. So oftentimes we start to become depressed and we don't know why. We'd much rather have you come right out and say, I don't like that you come home late and that I feel unimportant. We'd rather have you be direct about that.
Okay. You know, I have a lot of clients in my practice, and I'm assuming you do too, that don't know their feelings and needs. What are some ways that men can kind of explore some of those and become more aware?
Oftentimes if they journal their feelings and needs, find a good list that describes the different emotion words. I have a great list in my practice that goes through.
I do too. I'll post one on the KJazz website later today, because I think that's really important.
It's powerful when you have a word like dejected. You know, and you can think, when did I feel dejected? And now I can put words to that experience, or deflated. I mean, what a great word is deflated. You just feel so let down. So those can be powerful resources. It's just, you know, reviewing those lists when you're upset, and then going in and communicating directly about it. Communication is so important, and women really value it. Is part of what makes them feel secure.
Yeah, yeah. And one thought that I just have is sometimes I'll just start with happy, mad, sad, or scared. Pick one. How do you feel? Pick happy, mad, sad, or scared.
Those are the basics, and most people can identify that. And the lists I have also break down into those categories, and then give you a whole lot of other words to choose from too.
They all branch. I think all emotions kind of branch out from one of those. So what is it more like? So I think that can help too. All right. And then next you say act with self-respect. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you lose your temper, if you throw things, if you hit things, if you do things that cause you to lose self-respect, you're not going to feel as confident. And oftentimes, too, when you do those things, you end up apologizing later. And you undermine whatever good might have come out of it when you said, you know, when you got upset and finally asserted your feelings. Now you're saying it's, you know, well, no, I didn't mean to do that, and I'm sorry. You take all that away. It's better to keep self-control and express your feelings and let those feelings stick. Let your boundaries, your needs stick, instead of going into a rage and then undermining yourself.
Well, I think you brought up a good point. It's important to differentiate emotions from behaviors. To say, I'm really angry with you, honey, is different than, you know, you're such a blankety blank. I mean, those are different messages, and you have to apologize for the name calling, but you don't have to apologize for, I'm angry about this.
Exactly, and your feelings need to be valid, and if you don't make your feelings valid, no one else will either. And so, you know what your feelings are and express them, but don't lose self-respect or lose the other person's respect in the process.
Okay, excellent. And finally you say, keep pursuing her.
Women love to be pursued. Nothing makes us feel more wanted. We want to be adored. We want to be pursued. And when a man withdraws and he goes into the silent treatment, we feel vulnerable. We don't know if we should pursue him or not. And when he pursues us instead and he says, you know what, I don't like the way that worked, let's give it another try, or you touch again, it gives us an opportunity to feel like you are just as invested in this relationship as I am, and it makes us feel more safe and secure.
So for a married man to say, keep pursuing her, what does that look like? Because I think we think of pursuing someone as in the dating or courting part.
Well, those 5 love languages are so important. So you need to know what her top 3 love languages are and keep pursuing her in those ways. So if it's touch, when you guys are fighting, you can still touch her. Maybe not when she's so mad she needs a little space, but to come up later and say, I know that didn't go the way you wanted. Or if her love language is words, to write a love note and to say, these are all the things I value and appreciate about you. I know we'll work this out. Or if it's acts of service, whether you're angry at him or not, you can still cook his favorite meal. So always invest, always contribute to the relationship so the other person doesn't feel abandoned.
Well, thank you. So that makes it a lot more clear what pursuing is for those of you who are married. So to find out more about Alisa's dating coach program, you can go to utahsdatingcoach.com. And Alisa will be back in a segment or 2 to talk about her program, and we'll talk with a real live dating coach client. But next we're going to talk with Tam from Seriously So Blessed blog.
Did you know that a bad medical result does not necessarily mean that malpractice has occurred? However, the truth is sometimes serious medical mistakes do happen. If you think you've been injured due to a medical mistake, contact Siegfried & Jensen to discuss your case.
When you're ready to convert that old bathroom into the new bathroom of your dreams, call Rebath at 1-800-BATHTUB. Tired of that old bathtub? Convert it to one of Rebath's modern walk-in showers or safety bathtubs. They're easy to clean, come with gorgeous grout-free walls, and a built-in seat and safety bar. At Rebath, bathroom remodeling is fast, affordable, and guaranteed.
Call today and get $500 off. Rebath, taking affordable bath remodeling to a whole new level.
And one night we seen a commercial about MinLove. So we went ahead and gave them a call, and they took our application over the phone, and we found out that we were approved. It turned out to be a positive.
Over 50,000 people have turned to MinLove's Fresh Start program. They know that the smartest place in Utah to overcome credit issues is the last of the little guys. It all starts with a phone call or a mouse click.
MinLove. You can get a fresh start.
There are cinnamon rolls. And then there are Pillsbury Grand Cinnamon Rolls, made with Cinnabon cinnamon. See the difference?
But if he likes me, why would he act that way?
Well, he's kind of like this crescent roll. Flaky on the outside, soft on the inside.
Oh, I get it.
If you're a Twilight vampire, join me Thursdays on the home team for a chance to win tickets to our red carpet premiere event. Go to the KJazz website to learn more about our Bella of the Ball design contest and how to win a $100 gift certificate to Alisa's Bridal and Formal Wear. I'll be watching for you.
Welcome back to the home team. My next guest has the perfect life. Tiffany, Amber, Megan, Nicole, also known as Tam, loves married life, crafts, bunko, pedicures, scrapbooking, and Diet Coke, and is entirely made up. In this segment, we're going to talk by phone with the woman behind the satire mommy blog, Seriously So Blessed. And in the studio with me is Erin Millay, and she's a big fan of Tam's blog, and so we're going to talk with her about why that is, why she can't get enough of Tam. Also, we're going to give 3 T-shirts away at the end of the segment to callers 1, 2, and 3. Actually, we're going to do it right now. So call in 1, 2, or 3. So here are some of the shirts that we'll be giving away. My life is a kick-a fairy tale. Some of you might not appreciate that one. How about this? I'm off Diet Coke. You got that? And this is the one that I ordered here. I need a personal mini vacay. And they all have Seriously So Blessed on the back. So anyway, call in, win your T-shirt. All right, Do we have Tam on the line?
I'm right here. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. I'm so
great.
excited to talk with you. You are the source of many giggles at my house.
I'm so glad.
So, Tam, this blog started out as a joke, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Oh, just a few friends we were laughing about the whole mommy blog phenomenon and just how they're great, but they're pretty cheesy sometimes. So I just made this as a joke and sent it to a few friends and figured that would be it. And they passed it around, and now it gets about 40,000 hits a week, if you can believe it. So
40,000 hits a week. And I read that over 600,000 hits total since June.
Yeah.
That is amazing. In fact, my sister's company bought advertising space on your blog, the baby signing time. So, so this is not just a hobby now, it's actually a small biz for you, right?
Right. But most importantly, it's my creative outlet, I think.
Well, you're hysterical.
Well, thank you.
And so, Erin, tell us why you can't get enough of Tam's blog.
I just laugh every time I open up the blog and see something new. Everything is just hysterical. Like the tips on how to win your own husband as hot as hers, and just everything just makes me laugh. It's just hysterical.
Yeah. It's like a perpetual Christmas card. You know, you get everybody's Christmas letters at the end of the year and how perfect their families are, and it's like getting that every day. You can kind of live vicariously through this perfect character.
Exactly.
Tam, I love how you really highlight the competitiveness that we all struggle with, or the perfectionism of like, my life's better than your life, or I'm skinnier, I have better clothes. And have you had anybody be offended by that?
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are offended, which I like to think is my specialty. But I mean, it's funny. I think in general we tend to compare ourselves to each other, but blogging has just made that go crazy, because we see all the best parts of everyone else's life, and the reception's been hilarious. Tons of people have written in and said that they will save this blog to read at the very end of all their friends' blogs after they've read about everyone else's triathlons and everyone else's just perfect things that they do, or shopping sprees their husbands took them on. So I think it's a funny reality check sometimes.
It is, and I think that's why I can't get enough of it. It just makes me, there's enough of myself in your blog that I can laugh at it, but it's so over the top that I can distance it just enough to be like, oh yeah, I'm not like that.
I think we all have bits of Tam in it. That's okay.
Yeah.
We all recognize her. That's because she's us, and because we know other people like her.
Right, right. So in your real life, all you've revealed is that you're mid-20s, you're in graduate school, and you are a new mom. Right? That's about all we know?
Yep.
Okay. And here is the, here's your perfect family. Your little stick figure. Tam is currently pregnant with twins, 2 feet-eye.
Ever.
And you call them the hot feet-eye.
Yes, they're the hottest ever.
Hottest ever feet-eye. And I loved how you posted your belly pic of your 15-week and it was just this flat six-pack, you know, obviously
without a wedding ring, though.
Without I thought that was funny. People were calling you on why don't you have your wedding ring on?
Well, I don't know if you saw that later. I explained that, I mean, I just never wear it to the gym. There's no particular reason. I just don't.
No. It wouldn't be that you want the attention or anything, right?
Right.
I love it. And, you know, I was thrilled to go on a couple days ago and see that you posted something about being on this show, so, you know, K-Jazz and my show, so thanks for that. Plug.
Well, a number of readers maybe you saw were excited. They've been wondering what happened to you since your EFY CDs and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, Tam's a fan of my music, so I feel like I've arrived. So why do you think, Tam, that women compare themselves so much to each other?
Oh, I don't know. That's probably the eternal question. I mean, I think I don't know. You would know. You're the therapist, I guess. but I think blogging is a fun kind of window into that, where we'll see. I don't know. We can present ourselves however we'd like the world to see us, and then we compare our very best selves to everyone else's very best self. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's funny.
It is. So, Erin, do you have any questions you want to ask Tam while you have her, you know, have her ear?
Well, I'd like to know where she gets the ideas for some of the posts, because some of them are just hysterical, and I don't know where she gets it from a lot of times.
Well, real life.
Truth is stranger than fiction, right?
It's really true. Well, all the time funny things will happen, and I'll think, ooh, I should write that down. How would Tam deal with that? Or a lot of times readers send in questions. They're like, I've been wondering what I should do about the following, and that's a limitless inspiration. People send in funny blogs all the time, too.
So you get people saying, oh, you should blog about this or look at this or, okay, that's awesome. I'm going to send in more questions. I want to know if Tam's going to have natural childbirth with her twins. That's my question, so you have to maybe address that. Well, Tam,
I need to figure that out.
thank you so much for being with us, Tam.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I know you're running off to your graduate school class right now, so we'll let you go. But thank you for your time, and thanks for the T-shirts.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right. And thank you, Erin, for being here to talk about why you can't get enough of Tam. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Tam's blog, you can visit seriouslysoblessed.blogspot.com, seriouslysoblessed.blogspot.com, and see if you see any of yourself in that. All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, not only do we have T-shirts today, but we have a Frightmare giveaway. 2 family packs of 4 to Frightmares at Lagoon. Now caller number 5 and number 7 at 238-6328 will get that prize package. Also, tomorrow, Denise has got 30 kids in the studio audience for the Truth Against Tobacco campaign, and they will be stuck in this audience right over there. It's tiny. All right, and Kim will celebrate Halloween next Wednesday. We'll be whipping up some Halloween traditions, including a hauntingly sweet story. Also on Thursday, Marie will have a last-minute Halloween costume idea, including we're doing a 2-segment piece. We also have Dr. Judy and Caring for Parents. Of course, more Twilight on Thursday. Now, on our community calendar for this week, we have ghost tours in Ogden and Salt Lake. Go to storytours.com for more information. And Best Buddies of Utah presents Dancing with the Stars. Danny and I will be dancing. It's hosted by the home team November 8th. And go to bestbuddiesutah.org for more information. Also, if you'd like to get your community calendar event on our calendar, please email us at hometeam@kjzz.com. Now we'll be right back.
We had an elderly woman come in the other day with a new prescription. Our newest pharmacy technician, Megan, caught a serious error right away, and she was right. That prescription could have been fatal to our customer. Megan truly saved that woman's life. The lady called her an angel and was very grateful. Our pharmacy technicians are on the front lines of healthcare, making a difference one client at a time.
Get your degree in pharmacy technology at Utah Career College. Call 801-363-9100 or log on to utahcollege.edu.
The accident landed me in the hospital with serious injuries.
And the other guy's insurance was refusing to fully compensate me.
I help my clients get fair compensation for their pain and suffering. Call us today for a free consultation. I'm attorney Craig Swap. One call, that's all.
Need to furnish your house? Think outside the box. Get Inside Furniture Box. Dining sets only $2.99. Counter height tables $4.99. Sleigh beds $8.99. L-shaped sectionals only $9.99. 100 different colors to choose from. When it comes to the biggest selection, the best deals, and finest quality, think outside the box. Come by and check out the new Furniture Box at 5993 South State in Murray. Furniture Box.
This is Bathtub Bob for the amazing walk-in bathtub company. Minnie, you've had your tub for a while now. Tell us what's going on with you, girl.
Well, you know, my old friend arthritis don't come around and see me much anymore since I've had my walk-in bathtub. Great. But best of all, it don't leak. But when I do, it sure does a good cleanup job.
Now, Minnie, that's too much information for these folks. Call before you fall. 877-270-BATH. That's 877-2284. Call before you fall.
If you're in a race to get dinner, we've got your pizza, hot and ready. No need to call ahead. Our large $5 pepperoni pizza is always hot out of the oven, ready when you are.
Pizza, pizza.
Utah's dating coach, Elisa Goodwin-Snell, helps men and women go from flirting to first date and beyond. And she's here to share some of her tips with you. for successful dating. And also with us is Lisa, one of her current coaching clients. Welcome.
It's good to be back.
And welcome. You're here to share your success story, right?
Yes.
All right. So how long have you been working with Elisa's Date Coach program?
About 5 months, 4 months, 3 months.
I think a few months.
Close to 3 months, yes.
How have Elisa's secrets to male psychology helped you in your relationships?
She has helped me realize where I was making my mistakes. And one of the biggest ones is that men love through sacrifice. I think I was sort of sabotaging my relationships because I wouldn't let the men sacrifice. I thought I was doing the right thing and being the nice girl. And
so when you say sacrificing, what were you doing that they weren't able to sacrifice, and what kind of sacrifices were they trying to make?
Well, maybe there was a difficult confrontation or something, and I would just smooth it over. Not let them fix it, not let them, maybe I needed them in for the night with me, and oh no, that's okay if you want to go out with the guys, or which is fine for going out with the guys, but maybe I needed them there at the moment.
Okay, so you wanted to make everything smooth instead of allowing him to eat. So you're talking more about emotional sacrifice, or sacrificing their time with the guys.
It could be a lot of things. A man is driven to compete, face challenges, succeed, and conquer, and he values a relationship more when he invests in it. And so when we make it too easy, and this is a common problem I see with a lot of women, that they make it too easy. They take the challenge away. They don't tell him what she needs, what she wants. And so he's not given the opportunity to sacrifice, and he thinks the relationship's fine because it's comfortable and it's easy, but he values it so much more when he feels needed, when he feels important, when he feels trusted. And when I let a man sacrifice, or when I even ask for his efforts, or if I say something like, would you mind picking me up today? I just love it when you pick me up, or it would just be really convenient for me. When I say those things, then he gets to feel needed and important.
He can be the kind of that guy that
and he values the relationship more. He values the relationship more. So this over-responsible dynamic that women get into sometimes really attracts the irresponsible, and that's not what we're looking for.
Someone who wants a mom instead of a partner, right? They want to be taken care of.
And a good guy would do it, and he wants to be trusted that he would do it.
Yeah, okay. So what are some other tips that Elisa's dating coach program have helped you
with the nagging and that she talked about earlier. And everyone sort of gets to a point where maybe they're exhausted and maybe we fall into a little bit of nagging. But I've learned different ways of handling that, and the 7 to 11 rule is really a good one. And another one is that a man likes to feel trusted and respected, and men love femininity. And she's great. My voice all of a sudden went away. What's up with that? But she's great at doing femininity and showing warmth and showing appreciation.
Because men want to feel like you need them in some, not desperately, but that you need their masculinity to complement you. So that's wonderful.
Men are very driven for femininity. I'm just going to stop talking now. You guys will be great without me.
Are you okay? Do you need some water? We can get some
water.
It
would be good.
Can we get some water for Elisa? Okay, we'll grab that. So what were some of the biggest mistakes, Lisa, that you were, in addition to, to nagging and criticizing, what are some other mistakes that you had realized that you were making that were sabotaging your dating relationships?
Probably letting the man feel needed, because I tend to be a little more self-sufficient and I can do it myself, kind of a thing.
Are you talking about like paying for dates or opening the car door, or what kinds of?
Yeah, any of that. Just, if they offer to help, nope, I can do it. I'm a big girl, Trying to think. That's a big one. Thank you so much. That is a big one, though. Men really do, if they offer something, because men love through sacrifice, the more deeply he sacrifices, the more deeply he loves. If he offers, let him do it.
Even if you can do it yourself.
Yeah,
right?
Because you're denying him the opportunity to love you as much as he would have loved you if you'd given him the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, I think we're in a transitional period in terms of men and women because there's this, women are independent, we make money, we can support ourselves, we can do all these kinds of things, and yet in some ways that works against us. Being strong women works against us when it comes to relating with men.
Men want to feel competent and capable and needed and valued in the contribution they make in a relationship. And it's not that we don't want to be independent. Men value a woman who is involved in her career or involved in things that make her feel good. And men don't want us to be less in order for them to feel more. But they do really like our femininity. They like to know they make a contribution, that they're needed, and especially that their opinion can be trusted and respected and valued. So when a man offers to help and we reject that opportunity, it's not good for his male psychology.
So he feels wounded on some level.
And men are afraid of rejection, but they'll also take it easy. If we'll make it easy for them, they'll take it easy.
Don't make it too easy, is that what you're saying?
Exactly, they'll take it easy, but they feel more valued and important and vital in the relationship when we do let them be needed.
So you have a new dating coach program coming up here starting in November.
Yes, November 6th on Thursday at 6:30 at the downtown Salt Lake City Library. It's only $15. And it's education, goal setting, and accountability. And so it's a valuable way and a great way to get a lot of what I have to offer in a cheap, inexpensive format.
Oh, it's wonderful, and we're showing the flyer up there right now. And I'm excited to have you on a regular basis.
It's going to be great.
I know. Well, really looking forward to it. All right, thank you so much, Lisa and Elisa, Utah's dating coach. And then next segment, we're going to answer your relationship questions.